Hey everybody, it's Connie with SimplySimpleStamping.com. I don't know about you and where you're from, but around here, I'm up to here with snow, cold, and ice. I'm done. Well, you know what? I was walking through the grocery store the other day, and what do my wondering eyes should appear but Easter candy, which means spring is right around the corner. I was so excited. Well, I decided I had to pick up some of that fabulous Easter candy because, Easter candy is all about the chocolate, which is why it was one of my favorite times to create. I created this really fun little box with the 4 Peeps Sake stamp set. Let me show you what's inside. Get ready. Yes, you guys, it is Reese's Peanut Butter Cups, probably like the greatest chocolate candy on the planet, but they fit inside. I think you can see that there. They sit in a little holder. It is so cute. So this is going to be one of those great little gifts to put into the kids or the grandkids' Easter baskets, or why not make up a few and give them to your coworkers, all those sitting around in that cubicle around you. They are going to be oohing and ahhing, and what's not to love about that? So let's get started with our Sweet Peeps project today. Okay, let's get started. We're going to begin with the actual box portion, and this is going to be a piece of cardstock 5.5 by 3 inches. I've got it here in my Simply Scored board, and we're going to score this at 3/4 of an inch on all 4 sides. Okay, so now we're going to come in with the insert to the box. This cardstock, this is cut at 5.25 inches by 4 inches. We're going to do some simple scoring here, guys. I've got the 5.25 inch up at the top. We're going to score at 1.5 inches, 2.25 inches, 3 3/4 inch, and 4.5 inches. Now we're going to go ahead and score the lid to our box. This is a piece I'm using crushed curry, and this is 6 inches by 3.5 inches. But before we score it, because boxes and lids have to come together nicely, I have created a box shim. Now, there is a video on how to create this, and I know a lot of you already have. So if you have not seen the video, just search YouTube for Connie Stewart box shim. It should be the first video to pop up. And this little piece of this little shim that I created is what's going to allow the box and the lid to fit together nicely. So it is important that we have that shim on there so that box and lid come together happy. So we are now going to score our lid at 1 inch all the way around. Again, when you use that shim, I kind of like to hold it down. I want to make sure that my actual cardstock that I'm scoring isn't sliding underneath. And I'm telling you, this little box shim, once you make it once, it's going to last you forever. But it is well worth taking the time to create. All right, all of our scoring is done. I'll get my Simply Scored board out of the way and we can get to creating. All right, we're going to go ahead and start with the box. We're going to cut, you can see we've got 4 little squares on each corner. We want to cut off the score line, if you will, and I'm just going to miter these edges. I find that makes box making so much easier. So again, cutting off the score line, and when you miter, you're going to cut a little triangle shape from the inside to the outside corner. We're going to repeat that on all of these. We're also going to repeat that on that crushed curry lid that we did. So go ahead and do that to all your pieces. All right, you can see now I'm just coming in with a bone folder. I want to give all of my scored lines just a really good hard crease. A bone folder really is an important tool when it comes to box making because you want the edges of a box to be really nice and straight. You want a nice harsh edge. I'm going to bring in my silicone mat and my fast fuse to put my box together. So I'm just going to put some fast fuse here on the tabs, and then this is a really simple one to put together. All you do to put your box together is to just take your tab with the fast fuse. We're going to line up those corners, give it a press, we're good to go. We'll repeat this on all 4. Now we're going to do something a little different to the lid. So let's go ahead and bring the lid in so I can show you how to do a pretty little decorative edge before we put that one together. I wanted to have a pretty little scalloped edge on this one. I just thought it made it look really pretty. So I'm going to bring in my scallop border punch. You can see I'm going to take one tab, just kind of fold it out of the way there. And we're going to tuck that in, making sure we're good and flat here on the edge. Whoops, we're going to fold that tab in too, I guess. All right, so we're just going to give this a punch all the way down. You're going to do that on both sides, but you also need to get this edge here. The fastest and easiest way to do that is to just put that inside your punch, center it up, Don't worry about it hitting that at all. So now I'm going to repeat that on the other side. Okay, so we're ready to put it together, but before you do, I want you to give it a little look-see. Let me zoom the camera in. That's where that would come together. That's not looking good at all. So we're going to trim that one down just a little bit more, and don't worry about it. You still have plenty to hold it together. And more than likely, you're probably going to have to do that to all sides. Yep, it looks like it. So not a problem. We're just going to go. Let's snip all, this would be all the outside edges, okay? Oh, I missed one. There we go. There's the other one. So we can get that kind of sloppiness out of there. All right, so you can see I've got fast fuse on all of those corners. Again, just the exact same way that we did with the box. We're going to put together the lid. And this is where you're going to see why I love the Box Maker shim so much. Because you can see now when I put my box and lid together, now keep in mind it kind of catches there a little bit on the scallop, but check it out. See how that fits together just right? I can get in there, I can pull it out, and I didn't have to crumple the box in order to get those two together. So now let's work on that insert. All right, so I've got that piece of cardstock and I've already scored it all with my bone folder, so I'm good to go there. I've got this area that has two little 3/4 inch areas. I have got some scraps of that I punched with my 1-inch circle punch. We're going to take these and we're going to line them up here on our this is actually the area where the peanut butter cups are going to go. I'm going to line those up. I'm kind of happy with that. Keep in mind these are just scrap. I'm going to come in from the side and I'm going to punch the 2 outer circles. All right, so we've got those punched. But here's the problem. I can't get to that last one. I'm going to fold. You can see I've got the 2 little areas there folded in. I'm going to bring my circle punch in. Now oops, it just fell off. Not enough adhesive on there. Let's try that again. Luckily, it all works fine. Okay, we're going to try it again. So tucking that in, I can now, again, I'm cutting through 2 layers on that one, but that's okay. You can see this is what we're going to have. Now we can adhere this together and it's going to go together like this. All right, so we're going to put fast fuse on this area and adhere it down this direction. We can now take that. It's going to fit. It's going to be a tight fit, but don't worry about it. It's going to fit down into our box. Oh, you know what? Okay, bear with me, guys, because I probably should have mentioned this, and this is something I should have done too. If you will cut this just a hair shorter than 4 inches, it would have fit my box better. So I'm just going to run it over to my paper trimmer and just trim off a hair. All right, so sorry about that. I really should have mentioned that. If you can cut it just a little bit less. Now, I wanted to show you, this is kind of, sometimes this will happen, sometimes it won't. Do you see it's kind of bulging in the box a little bit there? So what I'm going to do, because this is not adhered down, we are going to adhere it down on the sides. Boy, that's a tight little fit. Come here. We're going to put some adhesive down this area here so we can adhere it to the inside of the box. This is also going to give the box some strength. Let me bring in that silicone mat so I don't stick to my paper. So we can put some fast fuse here as well. Now let's tuck that down into the box. Little tricky. Like I said, the first several boxes that I made, it worked great, but boy, wouldn't you know it, on camera it did not. So we can slide that in. Oh, it's going to try to stick on me. Just push gently. There we go. All right, now I can get my fingers through those holes there and I can just give that a press. I'm happy now. Sorry about that. As I said, it really kind of depends on where the bottom of it really kind of comes together. So sorry about having to be a little weird on that. Okay, but you know, it's better that I teach you that now than to have you go, hey, wait a minute, Connie, it didn't go together. So you can see that's how our little Reese's peanut butter cups are going to fit inside there. Now, I thought these were a little ick. So let me show you what I'm going to do. I took the Round Array stamp and I pre-stamped in Blushing Bride, Soft Sky. I'm going to do one more now in Pistachio Pudding. I chose colors that matched my Reese's peanut butter cup. As I said, this is a Round Array. If you have another cute little flower or something, that will be great. We're going to come in with the 1-inch circle punch. We're going to punch these out. And with some fast fuse, we can just adhere these to the top of our peanut butter cups and dress those up just a little bit. My favorite way to press those down is just simply rubbing it because, you know, you don't want to work it, squish the top or anything. So I can put those in my box. Now let's finish it off with our lid. I've got a piece of cardstock that's 4 by 1.5 inches. So you can see it's going to leave just a little bit of the color shining through. So let's go ahead and bring in our stamp set. I'm going to be using the For Peeps Sake. And I'm going to be using this trio here and the Happy Easter. But let me show you something that I did. I'm going to bring these in real quick. You notice my trio are cut apart. I didn't want to use them as a set. I wanted to be able to use them separately. But if I want to put them together as a set, check this out. I can just line those up. It's very simple to do. It's almost like putting a puzzle together. Very simple. I can line that up. I can put that on a block and I can keep them all together. Let's go ahead. I'm going to begin with the crushed curry ink, and I'm going to use the little chick with the flower. And this part is kind of important. You want to go, I'm a left to right girl, so I'm going to start with that one. I'm then going to come in with pistachio pudding and put my Happy Easter. And if you'll bring that up just a little bit. Whoops, there we go. Oh, I smeared. Oops. Okay, I got to fix that. And this is what happens when you have too much coffee before you start a video. It's a good thing our paper is magically double-sided, isn't it, guys? Okay, let's now come in. Actually, I'm going to come in with the soft sky next, and we'll use this little chicky guy right here. Come in right next to that, and we've got one more. Where did she go? There we go. And she's the little bunny. I thought she'd be really pretty and blushing bride. And we'll stamp her right there. All right, so at this point, I do have a little trick. It drives me nuts that these little chickies only have white eyes. So I'm going to come in with, I've got an early espresso, but you can use just anything you need. And we can put some little dots there on the eyes. I also like to just come in and color in the beaks orange because, I don't know, that's just how it should be. Beaks are not white. Now, we're going to go ahead and adhere this to our box, and we can do that just with snail. But you know what? You had your fast fuse out. You're welcome to use that as well. And we're just going to finish it off. We'll put that on top, and we're going to just finish it off with a little pink seam binding, just a knot. And I'd say that's maybe about 3 or 4 inches of ribbon. I've got it there on a mini glue dot. It just gives a little something extra, I think. So there is your sweet Easter, Happy Easter, a little gift box. Did I tell you it really is a simple little project, and that's going to be a really fun project to create. So I hope you give this one a try. Now remember that For Peeps Sake stamp set, you can find that at simplysimplestamping.com. On my website there, I've got a complete supply list of everything that I use to create the box. But remember my motto, use what you have, order what you need. So if you've got another little Easter stamp set, hey, have at it, have some fun. But if there's something specific about this one that you liked, go ahead and just place your order. There's an online order button in the upper right-hand corner. My job is to make it easy peasy for you. So guys, thanks so much for tuning in today. Happy Easter, happy spring. Bring on the sunshine. We'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.